सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमतास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. We'll read the verses we have covered so far from the beginning. कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनः भवाभ्यामानन्द स्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम् अङ्कोलं निजबीजसन्ततिरयस्कान्तो फलं सूचिकाः साध्वीनैजविभुं लताक्षितिरुहं सिन्धुसरिद्वल्लभं प्राप्नोति यथा तथा पशुपतेः पादारविन्दद्वयं चेतो वृत्तिरुपेत्य तिष्ठति सदा सा भक्तिरित्युच्यते. नालं वा परमोपकारकमिदं त्वेकं पशूनां पते पश्यन् कुक्षिगदान् चराचरगणान् बाह्यस्थितान् रक्षितुं सर्वामर्त्यपलायनौषधमधिज्वालाकरं भीकरं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गरेण गलितं नोत्कीर्णमेव त्वया. स्मृतौ शास्त्रे वैद्ये शकुनविगता गानपणितौ पुराणे मन्त्रे वा स्तुतिनटनहास्येष्वचतुरः कथं राज्ञां प्रीतिर्भवति मयि कोऽहं पशुपते पशुं मां सर्वज्ञ प्रथितकृपया पालय विभो. मार्गावर्तितपादुका पशुपतेरङ्गस्य कूर्चायते कण्डूषाम्बुनिषेचनं पुररिपोः दिव्याभिषेकायते किञ्चित् भक्षितमांसमेषकवलम् अव्योपहारायते भक्तिः किं न करोत्यहो वनचरो भक्तावतंसायते. जलधिमदनदक्षौ नैव पातालभेदी न च वजनमृगयाया नैव लुब्धप्रवीणः अशनकुसुमभूषा वस्त्रमुख्यां सपर्यां कथय कथमहं ते कल्पयानीन्दुमौले. नरत्वं देवत्वं न गवनमृगत्वं मशकता Pashutvam kedatvam bhavatu vihagattvati jananam sada tvatpadabja smarana paramananda lahari vihara sakcham te hridayamiha kim te navapusha vaturvagehi va yetirabijadi va tatitaro naro va yakkaschit bhavatu pavagim tena bhavati yadiyam hritpadmam yadi bhavadadinam pashupate tadiyastvam shambho bhavasi bhavabaram chavahasi jananamritiyotanam sevaya devatanam na bhavati sukaleshah samshayo nasti tatra ajanimamrutarupam sambamisham bhajante yaiha paramasaukyam tehi danya labante. Upasana is bhakti. Upasana portion in Vedas or Upadana portion is a very large portion in the Vedas. Rishayaha mantra drishtaha. Who is a rishi? A rishi is one who had seen the mantras. It comes to them from the divine source in their absolute quiet state of mind in contemplation. They come to see the mantras. Here, seeing is not by eyes. Oh, I see. That is exactly. They come to know, they come to realize, they come to get it. So, when they saw the mantras, or in other words, they visualized these mantras coming to them, without any doubt, they understood that it has come from the Lord Himself, who wants to reveal the truth. Now, one may think that this is over-exaggeration. How can that be possible? In recent times, just less than 100 years back, there was a great mathematician, Ramanujan. He saw the formulas. He did not create on his own. It was not he theorized it by writing down. It just came. And he wrote it on the walls of the temples. It was a Devi temple. Everywhere he started to write formulas, which later on, so many years later, the Western world come to decipher even today. They are able to solve the problems of black hole by his calculations. And when he was admitted to the university, Cambridge, I think, or Oxford, the professor who was guiding him asked, "How did you derive this?" He said, "I don't know. It just came to me." Said, "What are you talking? How is that possible? You must have step-by-step process you might have done. And that is the only way we will accept the thing as the authentic one. So start doing it." Where do I begin? I do not know. He has a good knowledge of math, no doubt, but he did not know how it came to him. Later on, he spent hours together trying to derive how the steps are. And because of his failing health, he died very early. By that time, he has written 2 volumes of books on these. And today also they are trying to decipher what it means. He is a mantra drashta. So our rishis, when they come to see these mantras, Vedic mantras are those which are found by them or discovered by them in their own mind, in the absolute arrested mind, contemplative mind, that they have passed on to generations by word of mouth. That's why it's called Shruti. Then these very mantras which are invoking great powers in the nature, they are known as devatas, then they systematized in the form of worship. That is what is known as upasana. So mantras and upasanas form major part of our Vedic literature. Rik, Yajus, Sama, Atharva. These upasanas are meant for mind to become completely available in contemplation, remembering a particular form of God. But bhakti as such is not found in the Vedic literature. So when does upasana become bhakti, or bhakti can be derived out of upasana? Is upasana a product of bhakti, or can the bhakti be a product of upasana? Now that is what we have to see. As we know, upasana, which is found in the Vedic literature, is not about a particular form of God. There is no particular form, it is only description of the power. Whether you take Indra, Indra is not a person, it's a power. It's a position which a person who has elevated oneself through his punya karma can reach there and wield that power, again, not in a physical form. So also other forms or other powers that are there in the universe. Now here one must also recognize, I might have discussed this before also to you all. We have in literatures, it is said 14 worlds are there. We are in the middle. Bhu, then Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. These are they considered as upper worlds. Then there are Atala, Vitala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Talatala, Patala. 7 worlds below. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala. Tala means level. So the levels below are 7. Now one may think that these are all 7 worlds somewhere. But one should understand, if there are 7 worlds which are apart from each other, how do we invoke the God or gods residing in those different worlds? So the only possibility that I can think of or I have come across is that when, let us say, in this very world itself, we are living as human beings, and also so many other species are living, right? There are rats and cats and dogs and crocodiles and fishes and reptiles and snakes. They are all there, whom we can see. And at the same time, let us say from here, I have to go to the end of this hall. How much time it will take from me to walk and go there? Maybe few seconds. 10, 20, 30 seconds, I will reach there. Whereas an ant or an insect has to start moving from here to there at the same time, how much time will it take? One day it will take. Now, distance being same, time taken by me versus the ant would be different. Though we are living in the same world. Again, my faculties, I am able to see certain things and I am not able to see certain things. Beyond what my eyes can see, I cannot comprehend what is there. Whereas many other animals who are there in this very world can see that, can hear that. Do you know that during the tsunami, not a single animal died? Why? Also, during COVID, how many animals got killed. They were not wearing mask. So their faculties are different. Their abilities are different. Superior to us or inferior to us. I'm not comparing that part. So in this very same world, there is parallel experiences. If you can comprehend that idea, where I can see them, perhaps they are not seeing me. They are not understanding me. They are knowing me. They are not knowing my presence. I know them. And what they know, I don't know. Huh? Now bats can see without the eyes, they can see, they can hear very sharp. Some of the animals don't see, but they still are moving about without any problem. Now, if you understand this, in this very same world where we are, they are living in different time dimensions. They are called lokaha. Atala, Vitala, Rasatala. These all talas are different dimensions of experiences, time zones, and living, parallel living. If you can understand the lower nature, lower aspects of all the talas, so are though the higher ones. Where we are, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam also are there. And that is where the Devatas are, or Pitrus, or other living, higher living beings. So when you invoke a particular form of God or the nature, power of God, they are not coming from anywhere else. Then they're next to you. Right away, ready to manifest. And they can see us. Please don't be scared. Huh? They can see us. They can feel us. They can feel us also. What we are thinking, they can feel. And that is why we say, when we ring the bell, what do we say? Agamartam tu devanam. Isn't it? When we ring the bell, what do we say? May the Devatas be invited here. At that time, somebody gets a phone call and walks away. Gamanartam tu rakshasam. Rakshasas, get out. So Rakshasas are of the other world, the lower worlds. So when we are invoking, we are inviting the higher living beings to this presence and the lower livings to get out, so that the place becomes auspicious. So when you are doing upasana, you are sitting with the Lord. You are inviting Him to avahayami devesham adi madhyanta varjidam. Right? You are inviting Him from your heart, which the deity of your worship aware of, and He comes and resides on that form to receive what you are giving. And then they will, and then you say at the end of, what do you say? I adore you, I respect you, I worship you, now disappear from the scene. You know, in our Vittalacharya movies, he'll appear. Where? From one time zone to another time zone. Time zone means what? You understand now. In America, I don't need to talk about that. When you are talking now, somebody is in darkness, meaning darkness means in the night. Is it not the time zone different? Is it that at the same time, where are they? Where you are, where are they? They are in no sun. They are now almost like the sunset has already happened. They are about to sleep, not die, about to sleep. So when we are here at the different time zone, they are getting ready to sleep. What is their experience at this point? Different, right? We are starting the day, they are ending the day. We are about to have breakfast, they have finished dinner. So please understand, it's not different worlds apart. It is different states of being whom you are inviting during the upasana. So, bhakti in the Vedic literature is in the form of admiring, worshipping, respecting, inviting powers which are available here for us to invoke. Whereas in the context of the Bhakti literature, it's not just the invitation, inviting the powers, but also pouring out one's own love for the Lord for the sake of liberating from this conditioned living. Again, understand the other various parallel universes that are there are also conditioned only. You go to another world like Devatas live, they are also conditioned living only a longer period. And what is a longer period of time? Again, you have to understand. As far as we are concerned, these ants, etc., have limited conditioned living compared to us. How much they have to exert to go from here to there, while how much you have to exert to do the same thing. Whole day of work you have to do? No. It's a few seconds you are there. Correct? So how much time and effort that you have to put for covering a distance compared to the other living being living in the same world? Think. So too, Devatas have to spend much less time in accomplishing things compared to us. Right? And the same thing applies there. How much time there is, what is their time factor in accomplishing anything? Much less than what we do. How long they live? Much longer than we do. So comparatively they are immortal, but they are not attained moksha. So a person who is a bhakta is not seeking another level of living, he seeks liberation from all these conditioning. Only then truly the upasana becomes a bhakti. So here in the next verse, verse number 9, though upasana is effective means to invoke the power for which various ingredients are required as a mark of respect you offer. But a bhakta offers not any object, but his mind, his heart, his love, his emotion. That's the difference between upasana and bhakti, where in the upasana, along with the ingredients, samagris, the concentration of mind for the sake of invoking a power. Whereas in devotion, it is not any physical offering of anything, it is invocation of the Lord who can grant him liberation. So a bhakta seeks mukti, or the proximity of the absolute Lord forever. Whereas a upasaka, if he is a beginner or a raw and at the beginning stages, he will look for power, he will look for greater abilities, he will look for more wealth, he will look for more consideration by the Lord, he will look for forgiveness for his sins. And only a mature upasaka will seek liberation from this world of cycle of birth and death upon the death of this body, which is known as videha mukti. Upasanena chitta ekagrata. One-pointed attention is obtained through upasana. While the upasaka, such a person is able to control all his mind and senses and focus upon the power that he wants to invoke. Ravana did that. And for what purpose? Now you look at it. Ravana is a great upasaka, but what was his purpose? Conquer. Whom? All the worlds below, above. I was Bhuvaha, Swaha, all Bhuvaha, Swaha, Maha, Tavaha, Satyam, all of them he wanted to conquer, and up to the Satyaloka he wants to conquer. So he wants to go and even live at Satyaloka when he wants. So he definitely had a greater power than any other human being. But then, He wanted only the power to rule all the worlds above. Obviously, he will rule the worlds. That's why what did he ask? What did he ask? None of the devatas can kill me. None of those who are living in the parallel universe, below and above. Below I will take care, because once I have got the power, animals, what to talk about them. He never considered human beings, because I have the power to kill. What do you talk to human beings? That's why Bhagavan had to come. Okay, you think yourself very high, right? Okay, I will come. As a human being, and I'll teach you a lesson. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, all this, if you look at it from this angle, you will understand how they were trying to rule. Now, if you look at Sri Rama, when he was reaching the forest, Gautama Maharishi, what did he do for his wife, Ahalya, who did wrong? What did he do? He made her remain as stone. Stone does not mean he had become the stone, a physical stone. She remained incapable of living in this universe where human beings can live. The lowest part of this universe, Patala, beyond that is inert world. The world where there is no awareness. Dark law. Asurya lokate. It's said in Ishavasya Upanishad. Asurya lokagate. Those people who are not the evolved ones, they will go into the world of darkness. See, even if you take a reptile, for example, it will not come on a light. It will not, a snake will not come here. I hope so. Because when there is a light, it won't come, because they live in darkness. That's why those fruits and vegetables growing in darkness, one should not eat. I've been telling people, but what is it? Shady vegetables. They are very shady. They belong to the shade world. So those reptiles, etc., snakes, etc., they live in the world of darkness, and because they have to come out to the light, they come on, but cockroaches. They are all in the. So further down is the inert world. So he cursed her to remain in the inert world, alive, but incapable of recognizing her own awareness. Then Bhagavan Sri Rama had to, give liberation to her. So, Upasaka can get the highest power from the Devatas and can rule up to that point. That's what Ravana did. Whereas a Upasaka can get the highest power through his mind, they are not deprived, because anybody who does that will be given that power. Nobody is not allowed that power, because you have done it. It's like if you work hard and you become rich, nobody can say, why? What do you mean? I did, I worked. He may be a most sinful person, most unwanted, ignoble qualities he has, but yet he can be rich. Why? He worked for it, like Ravana. So here, Upasaka need not be a noble, moral, ethical person, whereas a Bhakta cannot be. Bhakta has to become a egoless and one who has become completely surrendered to Bhagavan's will, not having any selfishness, not having any self-interest. And that kind of maturity is not easy. To give up one's own personal interest and selfishness, indulgences, sense gratification, ego, pride, and etc. is a long journey for a soul. So here, Shankaracharya says, may I have not the upasana bhakti, but the bhakti that can provide me constant company of the Lord. I don't seek any power. I don't seek any conquering abilities. I don't want that. So therefore he says, people in this world not looking at the highest part of devotion, they only settle down to ritualistic parts of devotion. Therefore he says, Gabire kasare Vishadi vijane gora vipine Vishale shaile cha Brahmadi kusumartam jadamatihi Samarpyekam chetah Sarasi jamumanata bhavate Sukhena vastatum Jana iha na janati kimaho Gabire kasare Vishadi vijane gora vipine Vishale shaile cha Brahmadi kusumartam jadamatihi Samarpyekam chetah Sarasija umumanata bhavate Sukhena vastatum Jana iha na janati kimaho. Jadamatihi, Jada means inert, Matihi mind. Jadamatihi, one who has inert mind, looking for only inert accomplishments. Any power is limited, any power usually would corrupt the mind. The more power you get, the more corrupt your mind will become. Because you would, see, if I have a power, would I not like to use it? No. Would I not? Obviously, I will use, even before I leave my presidentship, I will do my jadamati, everything. Chalo, sablo karimanal, chute jao, oja. Jadamati. Why? Because there is I have got the power to do it, why should I not do it? If I have power to, we have physical power, strength I have, let us say. Everybody, then where do I use this? Say anybody weakling comes, you better listen to me. No, why? Because I have the power. So as far as the physical power is concerned, or political power is concerned, or the money power, authority power, when the power comes, an individual becomes corrupt. You cannot avoid it. I would like to buy the whole country, whole part of the country I will buy. Why? I have the money. Why not? I will create my own cities. Future city I will create. Why? I have the money. I have the power. I have political power also nowadays. Chalo, kuch bhi kare. Who will ask me? Even the president cannot ask me the question. Because I have got the power. Now, so when the power comes to a person, you just cannot do anything about it, because that person will become arrogant. So, Jadamatihi, a person who is seeking only the power that can be bestowed upon him by the higher sources or higher beings, for that purpose, when a person does, he will be only interested in what will make the Devatas happy. Just give them anything that they need, do the seva. Yesterday, previous verse also we saw that. What use is worshipping these Devatas who are subject to birth and death? Isn't it? Janana mritiyutanam devatan sevaya devatanam. What do you get out of that? Nasti sukha lesha na asti samshaya asti atra. So here, what do they do for the sake of worship? They go for looking for the ingredients. Ingredients means what are used for the upasanas. They go to find out whether the beautiful special flowers are available for the deity. Jadamatihi kusumartam pujanaya Gabire Kasare Vishati. Kasare, in the huge lake where precious things are available, or even the flowers and lotus, etc., to go and get that kusumartam, for the sake of the flower that is specially used for this particular deity. See, the deities also don't give easily. Huh? They want you to exert something. Get me that, which is not very easy to get that. So you spend hours together, go and get that. Because without that, okay, if you are not giving me what I want, why should I give you what you want? They are also, barter system only. If you are not giving me what I want, why should I give you anything? So various other things, rare ones, are all to be offered. Therefore, Kabire Kasare Vishati. They enter into the huge lake to find precious things to offer to the gods. Vijane Gora Vipine. Or in the deep forests which are very inaccessible. Vijane means nobody is there. There they go, rare leaves, rare flowers. Or Vishale Shailecha. Or go to the mountains which are vast and far away. Go climb on the top of the mountain. Find a rare stone there and gold or some other rare minerals. Brahmati Kusumartam Jatamati. For the sake of flowers, etc. Jatamatihi Brahmati. They move around. Instead, one who has become a mature upasaka, understanding no power is eternal. Nothing is eternal, nothing is everlasting, nothing remains for long. Having understood this, samarpekam chetaha, ekam chetaha samarpya, of submitting one's own mind in the form of a lotus, sarasijam umanata bhavate. For you, Umanata, what are they offering? The most rare than anything else, one's own mind. Are you ready to give your mind to somebody? We don't even give time to others. Forget about it. So yesterday also I was talking, today's world, who is rich? One who has more time, really speaking. Because, when you are working in any organization, any company, any corporate, etc., what are they actually making you give? Your time. Is it not true? Think. You work for 40 hours, 50 hours, and then nowadays they will say you have to work for 60 hours a week. What does it mean? Even weekends, they won't allow you. The phone they give, free, take free. What do you mean by laptop free? Nothing is free. They are catching you there. And I will call you. So earlier only the doctors were on call. But now everybody is on call, including the Swami. On call. Swamiji, why you didn't reply? What? To my email. When did you send? 5 minutes back. You are also on call. Everybody is on call. And these software people are full of daily worries. You know why? Because they have to give daily worries. When earlier they were saying delivery, I did not understand. Swamiji, he is not a doctor. I can understand if he is a gynecologist, I can understand. Swamiji, this Sunday I cannot come. Why? I have a delivery. What? What, your wife is delivering? Or daughter is delivering? No, I am delivering. Huh? What they mean is software delivery. So daily worry it is. So the time that we have, that is money now. The more time you have, more money you can make. Is it not true? In a workplace also, more time you spend, more money you get. Overtime. Now here, I am offering my mind. Samarpekam chetaha sarasijam Umanata bhavate. Sarasijam, one who is born in the beautiful lotus, beautiful water. Ekam sarasijam, my own mind which is considered as the heart which is considered as the lotus. I consider my heart as the lotus. Instead of seeking in going into the lake or going to the forest or going to the top of the hill, I consider the greatest lotus I can give to you is manaha, my mind. Samarpya ekam manaha sarasijam manaha chetaha samarpya. Chetas is neuter. Chetas sarasijam samarpya ekam. He umanata bhavati, to you. Sukhena avastatum, to remain in that complete bliss. Na iha janaha janati. People don't know. Oh, kim na janati. Why these people don't know that the greatest flower that you can offer is one's own mind? So, what should you do for that offering, that flower? Which lake you have to dive into? Which forest you have to go in and find out? Which mountain you have to climb to discover that? Go and remain at the proximity of the form of the Lord. Withdraw all your mind, all your thoughts, etc. and understand your own mind is the kusuma, the flower that you can offer. Keeping the Lord in mind, offer that. That is the greatest bliss. Sukhena avastatum jana iha na janadi kimaho. So, a true bhakta also does upasana with what flower? The flower of his own mind. Swamiji, so easy, right? Nowadays, I don't need to chandan, kumkum, agarbatti, deepam, dupam, not necessary. One may think like that. Kuch bhi nahi karna hai. See, for us to focus on the Lord, we need so many external assistance and aids. Otherwise, our mind is not easily able to stay in one place. Many of these children nowadays, they are studying, or they say they are studying. Studying. What are you doing? Studying. Why is that you are wearing that? That makes me able to concentrate. Hi? How is that possible? With that sound only they are able to concentrate. For me, the sound means mind get distracted. Many of us cannot, when too much of sound is there, our mind is not able to concentrate. For them, that is necessary to concentrate. So, in the same way, to maintain our attention to the Lord, we need so many physical things to do. Kaya vangmana karyamuttamam pujanam japas chintanam kramat. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said, Kaya karyam pujanam. And that puja is a means to worship God. So where so many different objects you have to offer and mantras you have to chant, do too many gestures you have to do, then slowly that person becomes able to maintain his attention on the Lord without any of the physical action. Then you uses the vakaryam japa. What is that? Only just chanting the name of the Lord, I am able to focus on the presence of the Lord without any external activity or any other ingredients. That becomes subtle. Then manakaryam chintanam. Then slowly go to the next level, only thought, not even chanting, only thought. Whenever the thought gets disturbed, come back to japa. And japa is also not possible, come back to puja. So upasana, japa, chintan. Upasana is the lowest form because you need so many of. I used to give the example. It is like a 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler and 2-wheeler and 1-wheeler. 4-wheeler doesn't need any balance because all the four wheels are on the ground, right? The car does not need any balance to out. But if it's a three-wheeler, like an auto, it can easily topple because there is only one wheel in the front, two wheels on the back. But the driver is interested only in the first wheel. Second and third wheel, he is not bothered also. So for him, the only philosophy is where there is a wheel, there is a way. Whereas a two-wheeler cannot stand on its own. Why? Because it is too tired. That's a poor joke. So that too tired two-wheeler needs balance. Why? Because it cannot stand on its own. Think about the one-wheeler. How much? You have seen people, how is it going? You need a lot of balance to be on that. One wheel only. Nowadays, if I've seen many of these kids, they have this electric cycle and then they won't go with it to Z. They become from two-wheeler to one-wheeler. So, mind also require maximum support to begin with. Upasana with a maximum support. Then comes to japa. Then comes to chintan. Then comes to dhyanam, meditation. Where even the thought is to be only one thought. So, here, if I am able to retain that constant attention upon you, which is what is considered as offering the lotus of my mind at the feet of the Lord. And what is the end result? Sukhena avastha. Sukhena avastha, that ability to remain in bliss. Because when only a single thought is there, there is no possibility of anything that can cause sorrow to you because the second thought to disturb the first one has not come. Gurudev used to say, last thought thoughted. Next thought has not come. You experience that in sleep also. I don't know. That's the only thought. When you wake up, what do you say? What was I doing? So in the sleep also there is only one single thought as though, I don't know. When it ends, you get up. So a single thought of the Lord alone with no other thought to disturb, what is that state? Sukha avastha. Sukhena avasthatum janaha na janadi kimaho. Now comes the most beautiful among all verses. This I consider as the most beautiful. When I was teaching in Sandipani, there were some students. Some of them were there from, and 2-3 of them were from Sri Lanka. And what I usually do is that when any other Swamiji or anybody coming, so I ask some of the students by order of their, alphabetical order of their names, offer the usual, flowers and Purnakumbha and all that thing. So they have to prepare everything, get the flowers, make a garland, and prepare the Purnakumbha and then give it to, when the Swamiji comes, offer. This is so that they get trained how to do it. So it was going on. So one day, once one Swamiji was about to come next day, so the 2-3 of them, the Sri Lankan, they came. So, Swamiji, yes. Tomorrow this particular Swamiji is coming, yes. So we are getting ready to give him Kumbhakarna. What are you giving? Kumbhakarna. I said, you are coming from that country where probably he lived. Instead of Purna Kumbham, Kumbhakarna. You don't need to give. Be you are. That's sufficient. So the Purna Kumbha, as you all know, is a traditional way of welcoming a sadhu. And the water that is there in the Kumbha is one which retains the power of the mantras. That is the traditional belief, and then we do, when we do the Kalasha Puja, before any major event, all the kalashas are kept with water, and we are chanting the mantras, and mantra power is retained in that water. This is even scientifically proved. And that water is offered to the deities. In the same way, when you are inviting a sadhu and chanting mantras, your mantras are stored in that water, and that will be spread everywhere, sprinkled everywhere, and that is making it the entire place auspicious. What are the ingredients that are required for making a Purna Kumbha? Mainly the kumbha and the water inside, and the mango leaves that you put. The kumbha must be decorated with thread. The thread they put, it's not a normal kumbha, but they take the kumbha, clean it up, and then cover it with a beautiful white thread. And then chandan kunguma you put, and ultimately, finally, you put a coconut on the top of it. These are the things that we do. Now, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, I am offering Purna Kumbha. And how I am doing this? See this here. Bhakto, verse number 36. Bhakto bhakti guna vrute mudamrita purne prasanne manah kumbhe sambatavangri pallava yugam samstapya sambitpalam sattvam mantramudirayan nija sharira agara shuddhim vahan punyaham prakati karomi ruchiram kalyanamapadayan bhakto bhakti gunavrute mudamrita purne prasanne manah kumbhe sambatavangri pallava yugam samstapya sambitpalam sattvam mantramudirayan adi nija shariragara shuddhim vahan punyaham prakati karomi ruchiram kalyanamapadayan. Hey Shamba, O the Lord who is associated or in constant union with Amba. Amba, Maya, and that Maya of the Lord is most divine. Here, Amba should be understood as the creative power of the Lord which never stays away from him. Sa Amba. And that's why he says Samba Sadashiva. E Amba, E Sa Amba, Bhaktaha Aham. First word is Bhaktaha. Aham, me, the one who is a devotee of yours. How do I invite you? Some people just keep the kumbha with water, etc. Everything is there, but they don't know what to chant. They look at me. Swamiji, you chant. So who is inviting whom now? I am inviting you or you are inviting me? Huh? Once I went, just recently, somebody's house I went. Everything was there and I started chanting everything. And I usually what I do, I take the coconut away and then take the leaf and then the water which is now sanctified. Doug, there is no water at all. What am I going to do? The leaf, only leaf, what can you do with that? So what is important is the water there, which is what is retaining the auspiciousness, right? So here, what is that is chanted by me as a mantra? Sattvam mantram udirayan. Sattvam mantram, the most auspicious mantra, which is Panchaksharam. That is not given in this verse, but Sat mantra, that mantra that I am going to offer to make the entire thing auspicious is Panchakshara. Nama Shivaya. With associated along with Om, it becomes more auspicious. Om Brahman. Namaha, salutations to that Shiva. Shiva itself is auspiciousness. The very word Shiva also, Shiva is auspicious. That's why you should sit as Shivasan, not Shavasana. Swamiji, I am learning Yogasan, but the one asana I like the most. What is that? Shavasana. Shiva asana. In standing straight in total attention. Sitting straight in total attention. The back should be absolutely straight. So here, Aham Sattvam Mantram Udirayan. And what is the purpose of this? Nija Sharira Agara Shuddhim Vahan. Inviting for the body of mine, which is the most auspicious abode of yours. Nija Sharira, Swasharira. Agara. Nija Sharira Agara. Agara means, usually the word Agara is used as Devagraham. The abode of the Lord is what is called Agara. So, Nija Sharira Agara Shuddhim Vahan. For the sake of purity of this physical body, now I am going to offer a Purna Kumbham. Nam Kumbhakarna, Purna Kumbham. And this Kumbha is none other than my mind. And the mind is, that Kumbha is all covered with a beautiful thread. What is that? Bhakti Guna Avrute. Guna means two meanings. One meaning of Guna is quality, characteristic. The same word Guna also means thread. So, Bhakti Guna Avrute. Avrute covered. Bhakti Guna Avrute Muda Mruta Purne. Mrud Amruta Purne. Should be understood that way. Mruta Amruta Purne Manaha. Prasanne Manakumbhe. Manaha eva Kumbha. My mind alone is the Kumbha or the Kalasha or the pot which is covered with devotion. That's what is making it auspicious. You cannot take any other pot and put it. So, Bhakti Guna Vrute Muda, delightful. Amrita, immortal. Apurne, filled with. Prasanne Manaha. And then what is it filled with? Anand. What is the Ananda? Amrita Ananda. The beautiful, blissful, immortal thought, immortal presence of yours, which is filled up in this mind, covered with devotion. Thread of devotion. That's the beauty of Bhakti Guna Avrute Mruta Amrita Apurne Manas Kumbhe. And what is the leaf that I have put? Tavangri Pallava Yugam. Only two leaves. And the two leaves are your lotus feet. And at the top of it, I put the coconut. What is the coconut? Pure consciousness. Samvidpalam cha samstapya. At the height of my absolute oneness with you as the pure consciousness, that is the coconut that I put there on the top. Samba tavangri pallavyugam samstapya samvidpalam. What do? Punyaham prakati karomi. I invite the auspiciousness. What is that? Shruchiram kalyanamapadayan, which brings about total kalyana, mangala into the entire place. In meaning, in my own being, I am inviting the greatest auspiciousness. How? By making my mind covered with devotion, filled with the ananda of your presence, and the top of it, I put 2 leaves of your own lotus feet and the consciousness as the coconut. So, such is a beautiful simile Bhagavan Shankaracharya brings. Punyaham prakati karomi, I declare the great auspicious occasion. Ruchiram kalyanam apadayan, which brings about apadayan kalyanam, mangalam, great prosperity to my own being. Bhakto bhakti gunavrite mruta muta muta purne prasanne manah kumbhe samba tavangri pallavayugam samstapya sambit phalam Sattvam mantramudirayan nija shariragara shuddhim vahan punyaham prakati karomi ruchiram kalyanamapadayan. So in this agara, this devagraha, in this body, the mind is the kumbha. And what is inside the mind is Paramananda. And the pallava or the leaves are nothing but your feet. The nariyal that is there is none other than pure consciousness. The kumbha is also covered with total devotion. This is what I offer as Purna Kumbha. Think about Bhagavan Shankaracharya's thought process. How he had thought of even a simple act of offering Purna Kumbha with so much of love for the Lord. Now, for what purpose I am inviting you? What is that I want? Papotpada vimochanaya ruchiraishvaryaya mrityunjaya. I cannot help it, I cannot cut it anywhere. That's the reason why I have to put a whole line. Okay, well, try that. Papotpada vimochanaya ruchiraishvaryaya mrityunjaya. Next line, I cannot do it. Meaning, I cannot split it. I have to say it in one single compound only. Stotra dhyana nadi pradakshina saparyalokana karnane. I know that there is difficulty. So let me try where I can spread it. Stotra dhyana nadi pradakshina saparyalokana karnane. Jihva chitta shirongri hasta nayana. Shrotrairaham partritah mamajñapayatan nirupayamuhu mameva vachah. Papotpata vimochanaya ruchiraishvaryaya mrityunjaya. Stotra dhyana nadi pradakshina saparyalokana akarnane. Jihva chitta shirongri hasta nayana shrotrairaham prartitah Mamajñāpaya tannirupaya muhuhu mameva mame avachaha. Excellence in the Sanskrit composition. The structure of the letters, words and compounds happens here. The way they put the compounds in such a way that it has to fit the meter, not compromising the meaning and not also the flavor and the bhava with which you have to say that, with which you have to present that. And abridge the entire content to convey a message. So all these things goes into that composition. Now you see, I am a human being now. All of us can claim that thing. We are all human beings. And the most important aspect of human being is the ability to communicate, speak. If speech is not there, think about it. Mobile companies would go bankrupt only. Of course, then nobody is talking to anybody. Then what will happen? So now that ability to speak is what makes everyone to gain knowledge, convey knowledge, right? If I know something and if I want to communicate to someone, I have to communicate through speaking and delivering the message. Or if I have to listen or hear or understand, somebody has to teach me. Now he says, may I never have a birth where I become mute. Ma me avachaha. Ma here means may it not be. The word ma means na. Here in this word, see in the Mrityunjaya mantra also, what do we do? Trambakam yajamahe sukantim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityur mukshiya ma amritat. Not mam. Many people, they don't split it correctly there. Ma amritat mukshiya. May I not be deprived of immortality. That's what it should be understood as. So, Trembagam yajamahe sugantim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat. Then, mukshiya. Bandhanat mukshiya. Ma amritat mukshiya. May I be relieved from the bondage, not liberation. Ma amritat mukshiya, bandhanat mukshiya. And this bandhana moksha also, how should it happen? Effortlessly. Like what? A pumpkin released from the plant. A pumpkin. That's the reason why it is on the ground. Had it been there. Think. One person was thinking, Bhagavan is stupid. Why? Because little small oranges and fruits, which he has put in a huge tree, which is a strong tree, he has put it there, in all the apples and oranges and the mangoes, etc., in a huge strong tree. Poor creeper-like thing, lying on the ground, and it is holding the huge pumpkin. For the strong, you should give the big fruits. For the little ones, which is weak, you should give small fruits. Kya akal hai bhai, Bhagavan? Tang! One orange fell on. Now I understood. Had it been Kumbhalakai, what do you call that? A huge pumpkin, had it been there. Think about it. Akal hai uska. Bhagavan is smart only. There is no doubt about this. Now, from this plant, when the pumpkin is released, it won't even know that it is released. only a ripe fruit will fall on its own. Correct? So, may I die out of maturity. While I am dying, may that death be out of the clear understanding of that I will never die. My nature, my soul is not dying. With this understanding alone, one can effortlessly leave the body. Yogis or Mahatmas who have understood their immortal nature, they invite Yama whenever he comes. Come on, chalo. I am ready. So Yama has no problem with that. Yamenana charcha. What is that? Bhagavad Gita kinchita dita Ganga jalalava kanina kanika pita Sakritabi yena murari samarcha kurute tasya yamena na charcha. One who is studying Bhagavad Gita, chanting the name of the Lord, and doing the pujanam of the Lord also, with him, Yama has no conversation, no argument. Why? He is ready to live like that of pumpkin released from that creeper plant. So may I leave this body effortlessly, O Lord, help me. And may I not be released from, or may I not be deprived of amritatvam. So, ma me vachaha, avachaha means may I not become mute. Meaning what? May I not go into lower levels of living where I cannot do many things which in worship of you. Or like what? That's what he says. Papa utpata vimochanaya. For the accumulated sins to become, I become free from all that. Hey Mrityunjaya, utpada papa vimochanaya. Utpada, accumulated, which is already there. Papa vimochanaya, to relieve myself from all the sins. Ruchira aishwaryaya, the best of the prosperity. Hey Mrityunjaya. And whom do you ask for this? One who is subject to death, you cannot ask for deathlessness. Mrityunjayati. Who is a Mrityunjaya? One who knows Mrityu is only a false happening. See, I always tell people, bend is not an end of the road. When you're traveling, you're going straight in the road, suddenly there is a bend. But you don't see the road going that way, especially when you are on the third day of the Kailash Yatra. When you have already gone to the peak, now you are returning back. Well, returning back, we have to go to the nearest, our place of stay. And that is a place of stay where you can finally have a good rest. And the third day, you are eagerly looking for where is the shelter. And when you're walking, you go there, there's an end. Oh, finally. When I turn this, I will see nothing. You will see a plain, another long way. Oh. Another 20 minutes of walking. Now there is a bend also there. I think when I look, and then when I turn, slowly go, turn. Again, another road. So, in the same way, in the journey of the soul, the release from the body is only a bend, not an end. So, Mrityunjayati, who is a Mrityunjaya? One who knows that soul has no end. The end is only in merger with the Lord. That is moksha. Body end, that's why Gurudev would say, nobody dies, everybody dies. No body dies, every body dies. Body subject to birth and death. But you, the soul, is not subject to it. The end is only recognizing that I am the endless eternal presence. This one who knows alone is Mrityunjaya. There is no death, therefore there is nothing to conquer there. Time up. All right. I put an alarm to make sure that that's a slow one. The 2 minutes slow there. He Mrityunjaya Utpada Papa Vimochanaya Ruchire Aishwaryaya. For the sake of removal of the accumulated sins and also gaining the absolute prosperity in the form of conquering death that you can only give. What do I do? Stotra dhyana nadi pradakshina saparya alokana karnane. For the sake of stotram, to chant, dhyanam, to meditate, nati means to salute, pradakshina is to circumambulate, saparya is to worship, alokana is to see, akarnana to hear. Because of these all can be done only by a conscious, intelligent, devoted human being. Stotra, dhyana, nati, nati here means namanam, nati, pradakshina, saparya, worship, alokana, seeing, akarnane. What do I use? Jihva. For stotram, I use jihva. With the tongue, may I do the stotram. Chitta, with it I do dhyanam. Shira, with it I do the namaskar, nati. Angri, with the feet I do pradakshina. Hasta, with the hand I do the worship. Nayana, with I do the seeing your beauty, alokanam. Shrotraihi, with my ears I hear your great stories. Aham prartitaha. See the way he corrects this. The second is connected to the instruments which are used in the third line. Jihva chitta shirongri hasta nayana shrotrairaham prartitaha. You the one who is being worshipped. Mam ajñapaya. May you command me and prove to me. Tannirupaya muhuhu, again and again. Mam muhuhu, mam ajñapaya. May you command me continuously to make sure that I do use my faculties for speech for stotram, mind for dhyanam, head for namanam, feet for pradakshina, hands for worship, eyes to see you, ears to listen, in such a way that I get rid of all my accumulated sins and also get the greatest blissful prosperity of your love, O Lord, Mama Jnapaya. May you command me. Tannirupaya, make sure that I do this. Muhuhu, Mam, again and again, make Mam Tannirupaya, Mam Ajnapaya. Ma me avachaha, may I not become a mute. So the similar words is there in Mukundamala also. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripo cheto bhajashridaram panidvanda samarchaya chudakada shrotratvayatvam shrunu krishnam lokaya lochane krishnam lokaya lochane. O my mind, then see, O my eyes, see the beautiful form of the Lord. May the tongue sing the glory of the Lord. Same as that. Kachangri yugmalayam. O my feet, go to the Lord's abode. Jigragrana mukunda pada tulasim murdan namadukshajam. O my nose, smell the beautiful tulsi leaves that are offered at the feet of the Lord. O my mind, bow down. So the same idea here, he is instructing, he's saying that, O Lord, make me not anymore a mute being. and I cannot worship you. So this is the beauty of this wonderful, 1 minute. So we'll meet again after the break. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkhabhat Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Harihi Om.